We ask Europe to change a little bit the approach to migration management and asylum system management, taking into account, first of all, the reality of the surrounding countries, taking into account the fact that the very concept of neighborhood has a bit changed over time, and we shouldn't be concerned in Europe only to what happens immediately on the other side of the shore of the Mediterranean or on the other side of the European borders, but have a broader look, because what's happening even a little bit farther away will have sooner or later an impact on Europe in terms of arrival, in terms of pressure on asylum system. Europe is not under siege. There are important numbers of arrivals, especially this year, 2014, that are higher than the previous years, but it's by no means an invasion or a massive arrivals as compared to what happens in other regions of the world, like the Balkanic wars, like what's happening in the neighboring country of Syria, like what's happening in the MENA region, in the Middle East and North Africa region, where the number of displacement, asylum seekers and movement in general is far higher than what arrives on the shore of Italy or on the border of Europe. So it would be important to come out of this crisis mode and try to look at the issue in a more objective way in order to find solutions that are far-reaching and not stop-gapping measures for the immediate that don't necessarily have long-term impact. It's important that Europe moves towards a common, not only system of asylum, but also a common system of resettlement. Resettlement is an important answer to the refugee problems around the world and also to the irregular movements into Europe of asylum seekers. And is a system that has been existing in many other parts of the world for 50, 60 years and that has been working very well in important number. In Europe, it's still limited to just a few countries in Northern Europe, but the rest of Europe doesn't have yet neither a system nor a mechanism nor a decision to have a serious resettlement program. One of the areas where the new Commission and the new Parliament will have to work on, which is moving the solidarity principle from being just a principle applicable on a voluntary basis to be a system that is binding for the member states based on objective criteria and calculation of absorption capacity of the different states. But as long as it remains on a voluntary basis, we will continue to have the problem we are having now, where the concentration is only on some country, either because they are on the border or because they are willing to take refugees. But the Union as such doesn't share the burden enough.